This story starts in my pantry. With a loaf of rye bread, a container of dip, and a simple question. Why am I eating this? Rye bread dip is a central New York staple, made with mayo, sour cream, and a combination of herbs and spices. Until college, it never occurred to me that I never really saw it in grocery stores anywhere else. It nagged at me. So like any good journalist, I took to the internet. No success. So I turned to the experts. I reached out to the culinary historians of New York, but they didn't seem to have any idea either on the dip or that they were CCing me in all their email exchanges. So I went straight to the source. Price Chopper is a grocery chain founded in Upstate New York.
So far this year, they've already sold 15,000 pounds of corned beef dip, aka rye dip.
It's the dill that really ties all of it together.
Jamie Springer is a team leader at the Price Chopper in Cicero.
I've been with the company for 20 years, and this has always been a staple for every holiday time. I'm just finding out myself that it is a big popular thing for the upstate New York, Boston too, it said. I guess it's just because of the Irish people that were in New York City and stuff like that. So it's an Irish-American recipe. Good way to get rid of the corned beef after St. Patrick's time, and it just became a staple.
Watching Jamie make the dip, I realized it seemed pretty easy to make at home. And I asked Jamie why so many people buy it pre-made.
So I think with this type of recipe, a lot of people are paying for the convenience of us doing it. You know, you already got a whole lot of other stuff that you have to cook and maintain and clean up the house and get ready for any type of holiday season. So we're already here. We make it for you. Some people just don't know how to make it. It's really easy, but a lot of people may not know that.
In fact, it seems like the reason rye dip is so popular is because of how easy it is.
I think it's just because a lot of people are just looking for the grab and go dippable options while, waiting for the Thanksgiving dinner or the ham dinner and stuff like that to be cooked. People are just waiting to snack on something to hold them over until the duration, and it's just a great option.
That's what makes rye dip such a staple in central New York homes. But it made me wonder, what other CNY food traditions do places like Price Chopper keep alive?
I've known numerous people that sit there and buy our Hoffman's mustard and send it down to their loved ones at the end of summertime. If they're up here visiting, they stock up on all those types of things, the Hoffman coonies, the salt potatoes.
But Price Chopper isn't the only place preserving the cuisine. I visited the Syracuse Regional Market. Since 1938, they've been hosting vendors from all across New York State. In between grabbing a Hoffman to snack on and some cheese curds to take home, I met Michelle Gabriel, who works for Peter A. Guinta & Son. Among other produce, they sell salt potatoes, a Syracuse delicacy.
Take small, baby potatoes, and they boil their pot with egg salt, and then just eat them with butter and pepper.
Michelle explained why Guinta's has stayed selling at the market for generations.
It's kind of like a family there at the market. Most of the people that have booths here have been here their first, second, third generation, and they help each other out.
Guinta's isn't the only one selling salt potatoes. So is Tommy Connors, owner of Syracuse Crate.
That is probably our number one seller and most sought after item. What makes it iconic is the coarse salt that goes with it. You can't just take potatoes like that and add a can of Morton's salt to it. It's not going to do the same thing. It needs to be a specific coarse salt that comes from this area.
But salt potatoes are far from Syracuse Crate's only export. They ship out CNY foods throughout the country to anyone searching for a taste of home.
There's a lot of people that grew up in central New York that have moved elsewhere, but they are so tethered emotionally to certain foods.
From Gianelli sausage to State Fair Speedy sauce, Syracuse Crate has been bringing CNY food traditions to every corner of the U.S.
With all the people from the Northeast that moved down to Florida and the Carolinas, there was a need for the grocery stores down there to supply the Hoffman, Franks, and Snappies and things like that. But then what happened was people that were actually locals down there would try them, and they kind of like them. They're like, oh, this is great.
But Tommy says nostalgia is really at the heart of the business model.
A lot of these foods, you grew up eating them when you were younger. That food is tethered to the memories we had growing up with our family and stuff. So I understand what a lot of my customers go through when they're able to taste something and have an immediate visceral response or a memory come back to them.
I learned a lot from Tommy and from Michelle and Jamie too. Upstate New York food traditions aren't just traditions. They're living, breathing memories preserved in every bite. At the end of every interview, I asked everyone what their favorite upstate New York food was.
Like if we go to Utica, like you with the greens.
I mean, always the Coonies. Always the Coonies.
Mine is actually the upside down pizza, which is from like the Utica area.
Mine, of course, is rye dip. But there's something else that's special about all these foods, aside from being from upstate New York. They're all foods that you share. Whether it's at a restaurant or at a party, for Christmas or 4th of July, these foods don't just remind you of home, they remind you of the people there. And maybe that's what we're all really craving. I'm Megan Acker, and this has been A Taste of Home.